Listening strategies for the Ielts test.
Unit 1. Letters, numbers, and numeral relationships.
In the first part of Section 1, you will hear the announcement of tonight's TV programmes on Radio 4. As you listen to the announcement, fill in the form with the information you need. Now you will have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
TV programmes. Good evening. You are listening to Radio 4, and this is Steve Collins with news of some of tonight's programmes. At 8 o'clock on BBC One, Ron Fleming talks with Alan Cross, an American writer of Western stories. He has written about 20 novels about cowboys. That's all in Face to Face at 8 o'clock on BBC One. Following that, at 9 o'clock, it's the film. You are going to have Titanic. It captured 14 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress for Kate Winslet. Watch Titanic at 9 on BBC One. On BBC Two, at 7:30 tonight, Sports. That's the live coverage of football between England and Germany. In tonight's What Do You Think? On channel BBC Two at 10 o'clock. Selina White talks with Dr. George Douglas from the World Wildlife Fund about his special study of elephants in Africa. So that's What Do You Think? On BBC Two. Turning to ITV at 10:15, Ian Black investigates the life and music of Jan Syllabus in tonight's Sounds Around. And after that, the Edinburgh Symphony Orchestra will give a performance of his music. Sounds Around starts at 10:15. Finally, on Channel 4 in tonight's Holidays, Cliff Timpson looks at holidays in China. During the programme, he'll interview some people who have visited the country and a travel agent from London who is organising a package tour to Tibet of China this summer. If you are interested in somewhere different for your holidays this year, watch Holidays at 9:30 on Channel 4.
In the second part of this section, you are going to hear some news on Voice of America. Look at questions 7 to 13. Now listen to the news and answer questions 7 to 13.
You are listening to Voice of America. Good afternoon. Here are the news at 5:30. News headlines.
El Nino-driven tornadoes killed at least 39 people in central Florida.
More than 200 dead in crash.
Jury sides with Oprah.
Annan signs deal with Iraq.
Darkness amid daylight.
El Nino-driven tornadoes killed at least 39 people last night in central Florida. Many houses were destroyed. Some people escaped from tornadoes wearing only pyjamas. The weather left 180,000 customers without power. Meanwhile, a warm El Nino winter started many plants booming early. Now a bitter cold front, forecast in northern Florida today, threatens to destroy some crops. More than half the peach and strawberry crop is in bloom and threatened by the cold snap.
Flight C-1676 crashed and exploded in fog and rain Monday night near Taipei Airport as it returned from the resort island of Bali, Indonesia. All 196 people on board, 182 passengers and 14 crew, died, along with 7 people on the ground. It was the worst crash ever in Taiwan. Most of the dead were Taiwanese tourists returning from Bali. Several Americans were reported to be among the dead. It was unclear what caused the crash. A China airline official said the flight data recorders had been recovered and sent to the United States for analysis.
Jury slides with Oprah. A jury today rejected a lawsuit by Texas cattleman who says Oprah Winfrey Show about the dangers of mad cow disease caused the market to plummet and cost them millions of dollars. Miss Winfrey, a famous talk show host, has won the legal battle against Texas Cattleman. The Cattleman has sued her on April 16, 1996 episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show that they said gave the false impression that American beef spread mad cow disease to people.
Annan signs deal with Iraq. UN Secretary General Kofi Annan signed an agreement with Iraq on the standoff in the Persian Gulf and presented the terms to the UN Secretary Council. But US forces continue to strengthen their presence in the Gulf.
Darkness amid daylight. The shadow of the moon swept across the earth at 1,200 miles per hour. Folks in the Caribbean had their tanning time interrupted for about 4 minutes during the eclipse.
That's the end of